Yeah, today I wanted to go over a little video I made yesterday in New Hampshire, Nashua. Down there is my grandfather's stone. He was in World War One. I did a little thing here, but I didn't feel like I did it good enough. I'm showing a stick that I had made for the little flags that they put. And, when they do come around the Memorial Day or Veterans Day and they put all the flags on these, in the ground like this, there's the flag. I patterned a little stick for myself because when I go to the graveyard, usually see these flags, knocked over, laying on the ground, and they say the worst thing you can do is put the American flag on the ground. So it's like, why stick them in the ground like that when something you can get patterned like I just made with this stick? Right here, all you do is drill a hole in the center. I would like to see it turn into steel. I'm going to see if I can get this idea, like I said, patterned down. I carved my name in it, my year of birth, 73. But like I said, I didn't just want to bring in any ordinary stick there. Like that, just to stick it in just for it to get falled over, weather beat. The snow hits it. At least with that stick there, it will stick into the ground, which I'll show you in a few minutes. I carved the end of it like so you can stab it in. You would use a rubber mallet. I got it in with my two hands, pushing down on it. It was tough to get in, but that's what you want it to do. If anybody wants to get a little idea, if you want to make your own, but I did use a stick from a piece of furniture, so it has varnish on it and everything, so that would even make it longer to rot. But the other reason why I made this stick to put the flag in, so when the flag does get weather beat, you can pull it out and change it into a new one. So I never met my grandfather. He died in 1961. He married my grandmother young, for Christ's sakes. He was one crazy SOB. I guess my grandmother said when he'd go to the bars, he'd eat razor blades in front of people, cut his mouth, their shit, go home, pass out, whatever you do, clean up his mouth and whatever, sober up, go back to the bar, do more drinking. He married my grandmother young. That was weird, but back in them days, that was normal. But just as much as my family is let me pause this a minute. Just as quacky as my family is, I never did get the chance to find that grave and visit it. It was just something that never came up. Like I said, I guess my father probably just thought, he's gone. He's been gone for so damn long. So I got curious and wanted to know where his grave was. I knew the stories about him. He was, about being in the war, doing, crazy stuff at the bars. And my grandmother, before she passed away, she told me stories about him. So, recently I just started wanting to go over to find out where he was. It took a while because the grave they're in, I guess they're one of them in them Christianian graves or whatever. Of course, I'm not Christian, and I would have never known, but I'm still on a hunt, though, to find my great-grandfather, because my grandfather here did something that, is still unknown to this day. He changed his last name, a letter in it. He changed it from a S to a Z. On his marriage certificate my father has, you see Dutrazak instead of Sack. I got I literally got my grandfather's birth certificate, and I'm still trying to find out where my great-grandparents went. So, I mean, I want to know my nationality and stuff like that, so... I don't know, back in them days, a lot of people did a lot of, wacky things, but, bygones be bygones. I just wanted to give a good plot of respect to my grandfather. I give him a huge salute like every other military, personnel that risks their lives every day. I mean, I wish I could have went in the Army, but things didn't go my way back then. But you know what? I don't even think they'd let me in because when I went to the recruiting office, I think my interview went a little bit... Oh, right here. Let me pause it a minute. My interview went a little bad because I told them, they were like, oh, well, you can't join the Army unless you go through school. At the time, they just started doing this. You couldn't quit no more. And that's what me and my friend were doing. We were going to quit. We're going to go in the Army. He said, no, man, you want to finish school. And then you come to us when you finish school. And I was like, well, draft me. Then the two guys in the office were looking at each other like, yeah, that's the whole story about me. And I said, draft me. I said, I want to be drafted. I don't know what I want to do. He's like, and they're giving each other that look. We don't do that no more. It's like, what planet are you from, kid? So, I'm for sure they probably thought I was friggin' crazy. But, I don't know. And then I ended up going through high school as a dumbass drunk. Getting drunk, whatever. But, anyways, as you can see, like I said, I took the stick, shoved it in with my two hands. I mean, like I say, use a rubber mallet. Something, lightweight that won't damage the stick. You put it right at the stone. Get it in there nice and neat. And you just stick that flag right in there. And it don't touch the ground. It stays downward like a flag should. I'm sure the wind will blow it around a lot. But at least when the snow hits, the stick won't fall over because them sticks are so thin. And you put it in a bigger, thicker stick, and I mean, it looks nice, neat, no maintenance around that sucker. And yeah, you just give it a proper looking. Now, if it was in like a steel or something, or like a galvanized, not a galvanized, but titanium or something sufficient where you can, whoops. Hang on a sec, I want to get that last piece up. Just, so it looks nice with a nice piece of steel or whatnot. I mean, that would be an awesome thing to do to all the graves. And then when you stick the flag in on Memorial Day and everything, I mean, shoot, it'd be nice just to look at. Get a little idea, I want to stop because I'm going to take it. So, I mean, right there, the flag stays off the ground. The wind will not blow that over. That was nice and tight, firm, and so forth. So, I mean, that's what I did yesterday for my grandfather. I found his grave about a month ago and everything because I was waiting for the damn cemetery people. This cemetery people take a long time to get back to you. And they're not on their game out there, especially with this cemetery. But as soon as I got it, I just wanted to share this video. I mean, I did the video out there, but I didn't get in what I wanted to say because I was kind of running out of time and stuff. Chop! And didn't have much time, so I took the video. What better way to do it than with this? So, I mean, that's that. I just wanted to do a little honoring for my grandfather. Like I said, I never got to meet this guy. I met my mother's father, but I vaguely remember that because I was like 4.5 years old. I mean, they do have a picture of me standing next to him and everything. I do remember him sitting in the chair at that point, but I mean, after that, I guess that was his last visit with his grandkids, because I think not shortly after that he passed away, so I never really got to see, my grandfathers pretty much at all. I didn't get the time to spend with them because they were old school, as you would call them. But anyways, like I said, my next journey, I want to try and find my grandfather and my great-grandfather and stuff like that, because like I said, I'm on a hunt for my nationality, and Dutra Sac, not Zach, is a name out in Ontario, Canada. I've covered this before, but it's a boulevard out there, and I'm still trying to figure out or get a hold of someone out in Ontario to find out who the name is after. I mean, there is a guy out there in Ontario that I've seen on LinkedIn and try to communicate him, but he never answered me. He probably thinks I'm one of them whack jobs that wants money, because he does have some good job out there, but he's got the Dutra Sac eyes type thing going on. But anyways, this is honoring to my grandfather, Henry Dutra Sac, born 1897, so damn, that tells you anything. But, and one more thing I want to tell you about my grandfather. He literally was one of the top workers at Mike Murphy's knife shop in the 1930s, And Mike Murphy's is still alive and kicking to this days. Knife shop in Ayer, Massachusetts. Literally got the visit and got a tour of the building, but my father also brought him pictures of the building before the changes. And that was great to see them people and meet the owners of it, and share the stories of my grandfather and grandmother also used to work there, and they did a lot of work for them people and kept that knife shop running. So anyways, this is a big, huge salute, Gramps. Till the next video, be safe, take care. Salute to all military, out.